I remember telling Christ repeatedly, both to him and myself, I will not forget, and I won't fail this time. From that commitment that I embedded in my mind from the higher realm, I was to follow through completely, and from my intention I was able to bring that experience into this dense reality. Hence, the pyramid was created. That is a symbol of knowledge and love, the two most powerful laws that will set us free. The pyramid of love and gratitude is a sign carried from an experience I witnessed a very long time ago, and my soul recorded it while I resided in the higher realm. However, I would have no memory of it until my attempted suicide on December 8, 2000. All the feelings I experienced during this current life were, no doubt, my purpose, and my soul was not about to let me miss the opportunity to not only help myself but others as well. I am not alone in my failed attempts. Every human has been tricked, just as I have been. You better believe the higher realm of Christ will succeed in what he was sent here to do in AD 33. Our mind holds many dimensions of reality from past experiences within its own eternal database. This no doubt becomes a pattern as the current system is designed to allow our souls to reconnect to past situations that seem to be normal, as the old logic is this is how it has always been. This current system has been reinforced by our ignorance when we do not exercise the right and freedom of the free will. The science and truth is, every reality creates its own environment that feeds the mother of all environments in the mind that man designed to throw the human off track from reaching the next dimension of reality. We earn each level by advancing our minds to graduate from the current dimension of reality. We now have the power to advance with knowledge and our free will. Know that I say with complete conviction, they will be defeated in their attempt to hold the souls to this reality of illusions. The finances and debts that have no creativity to science or superior laws are only connected to the man-created design of a reality that wealth comes before knowledge. This type of experience is useless to us and is what prevents us from reaching superior knowledge in the higher realm while in this state of consciousness. All people must disclose and understand these concepts so they will not fall short in learning what should be practiced and what is incorrect. The superior law of science must be mastered, and love and wealth of knowledge must be from the mind, and the natural resource of material things will no longer succeed in further enslaving any more than what they already have. I know there is an abundance of ignorance within this reality that creates this environment. This is the golden opportunity to learn all the knowledge we can that will create the experience of knowing, and once our time is up, we will advance with much knowledge and be rewarded to move to a higher realm of dimension and reality. I have discovered the reality of just how the mind can be enslaved by what it has been taught by the ones who have achieved wealth and who, by most, are considered to be successful because of that wealth. I have found that the wealthy and their ability to open their minds and separate the ego or personality from the truth of this superior knowledge are blinded by the concept of material possessions instead of finding the higher purpose of reality to exist within. We all must be in a reality of love that will assist us to achieve the right to return to the center of our universe where our energy originates after each life cycle transcends us to the highest realm of dimension and reality. Of course, if the correct knowledge is not earned or achieved in this reality, we all ascend to the buffer, which is the valley of darkness. Unless we expand our minds while in our current powerful consciousness with what is required of us to learn and embrace, our souls will not return where all the ignorance resides between the two worlds and their realities. Due to me being revived, I bypassed that buffer. However, if I had completely left my vessel in this reality of consciousness, I would have been directed and required to report to the buffer that is the valley of darkness. Because of the diligence of the firefighters and their efforts to save my life, I did not go to that dreadful reality of the buffer that is the extension from this reality due to our ignorance. Instead, I remember the dimension of reality of a tranquil place, and it is very much real. I have shared this knowledge with several successful, wealthy people, and their ability to comprehend is nearly non-existent. It has placed such a burden on me that they will be blindsided, and when the time comes, when this superior knowledge will be required, they will have lost the opportunity to be complete with the truth of the higher realm. To accept that wealth can only be achieved by economic policies in a man-created reality and not seeking the knowledge to reside in a higher dimension of reality is only going to put you further away from what is real. Without a doubt I have found the meek are able to grasp my rediscovered superior knowledge, and the desire they have conveyed to learn more makes me so happy. There is not a day that goes by when I don't project my intentions to see all enlightened to the stealth superior knowledge that is already within their souls. We have this, our ability to learn of all the laws that govern the reality of dimensions of the mind, along with the free will to grasp the facts and expand their awareness to seek the laws of purpose and the realization of what this purpose is, which is to love in all dimensions of reality that exist in the mind, will determine how quickly this information is spread throughout the populace. Now knowing this as fact leaves me with the absolute realization of who we are and have always been. I am confident in knowing that above this concept of reality and illusion, wealth is not the highest realm in our current reality. In this current consciousness, the highest realm of dimension is love and gratitude, and every human must gravitate from each counted level to reach the highest kingdom of all realities. What this knowledge will do for us is to set us free from the bondage of the mind and the dark dimensions of our ignorance when we are not loving and joyful. By not practicing this, we attach the reality of enslavement that has held us down for what seems like an eternity. To detach oneself from this man-created reality and all that will remain here after this life cycle is over is the intended result of the real knowledge and the love of all living things. Take control and release what is not real, but embrace the knowledge you have had the whole time within your brilliant mind. Realize what the concept of the free will means and use it. By golly, don't be in debt to the reality of man and the illusions that have been created to oppress the world. Use your free will and imprint equality for all to have knowledge, love, and gratitude. Be an example of what Christ set out to do, which was to free us from our ignorance. Do what is correct for all who live in this consciousness, even the ones who created this dense reality, as it is ignorance that is the driving force of their cold-hearted actions. We must not judge anyone, no matter what has been done to us during any past life. We must forgive all those who have committed acts of darkness against our free will and realize every experience, whether good or bad, has a lesson to be learned. This is how we grow and expand, by forgiving with love always in our hearts, but most importantly while in this current and powerful state of consciousness. By my heart being open, it has allowed me to experience the love the higher realm has for you and me and for the ones who read this book. I send you 3 blessings for each level of achievement. Remember, anything in 3 is Christ consciousness. Bless your life, and ask to master this knowledge. Seek to understand how the mind functions. It is the mind that is responsible for every tangible material item we can conceive, from money to larger assets, but don't fall short of reaching the highest realm of reality by believing wealth is the highest achievement. It is a false assumption to think this way. Wealth must be known and mastered before the highest level can be comprehended or achieved, which is love. Be a free agent, not allowing your soul to attach to anything that is not equal to the love a human can give, because what you are is the co-creator of God. Doing so sends the energy in ignorance that material things are most important to you and that material things are what define your reality in this consciousness. Comprehend that the love you give to worldly possessions, no matter what they are, will never give that emotion back to you. 2. Of the ability to create is a gift. To connect the science of creation is stealth knowledge. To love material things alone instead of humans creates ignorance and lack of the superior knowledge. Why would anyone praise and love a material thing that has no consciousness? Why love and support a dimension of reality created by man who does not acknowledge you or love you back? This is so simple to see and understand when it is put in a way that can be grasped. Realize that thoughts have energy and will produce, in a reasonable amount of time, the result you created. Conceive your thought and see it as complete, then, never giving it another thought, place your mind on another concept. Before you know it, the one you just conceived will be before your eyes. The concept of co-creating is a gift to all and not just a few. This is how the mind must be retrained to master the ability to manifest as Christ did. His abilities came from intense study and practice. He too was tempted but prevailed in his purpose to remain true to God. Once the ability our minds have advances into the sacred dimension to create a blissful reality, using the correct knowledge, the change will be evident. After this new way of living is embraced, we will finally realize the love and gratitude we have for each other. I myself, now knowing what to do and not having any lack or regret, am feeling the love and gratitude. I know this time when I ascend, I will do so with Christ knowledge. He never gave up on me, and I will not let him down. I promised him I would remember, and I kept my word. I have been protected and guided my whole life by his knowledge and his guides, who have assisted me through my dreams of astral travel and through other humans and situations. The Christ pyramid is in the White House, as it is doing its purpose. Christ gave instruction to me regarding what the colors were to be and what they meant. These colors, which are black, white, and gold, are a representation of life, purity, and knowledge. In this current realm of reality, we serve the purpose of creating within us peace and unity and free will for all mankind. Each color, representing his message of knowledge, love, and gratitude through the highest realm of consciousness that exists, is the new symbol for peace and togetherness. We will have his experience. We deserve this true reality. To know all that has ever mattered was our love for each other. Light, love, and bliss are our purpose for existing. War, murder, and hatred are the reality of nothingness, which only exists because we feed it by not feeling love for each other, embracing fear instead. This is the time to see clearly and consider everything that is involved. The earth, and all its knowledge and power, is available to all humans to utilize to exist in a reality of harmony. We are the ones who write the script. I want to thank Christ for trusting me to carry out his message and all the guides who have assisted me along the way. One cannot imagine my excitement over the rest of the world becoming enlightened to its true potential. Welcome back to the reality we once knew so very long ago. The path to freedom from the system of reality created by man is from within your very own pyramid of light that has been within you the entire time. Chapter 17, the third peril of our consciousness. There has been clue after clue in our lives, yet until recently we were not making the connection of why it is so important for us to learn what is real to save our souls from being lost to a dimension that connects to the darkness from inside the heart of those of us who are not filled with the light of Christ. This is what was created by the current reality of consciousness. In the past we were shown every time who we truly are. Yet after this reality has fully penetrated our minds, slowly, from infancy on up to 7 years of age, the mind begins to take on the imprinted man-created reality that it has been slowly conditioned to believe in. Sadly, it is imprinted by our loved ones and the people around them, not knowing we have been repeating the very same actions and results from all past lives and all old experiences as well as new ones, depending on current events of the environment of man. I will share with you several things that are out there in plain sight. Have you ever seen the Denver airport murals? They are pretty creepy to see, but Jesse Ventura is correct in his observation. What are they trying to tell us? I can give my observation of what it means from what I have come to learn and experience. The messages are subtle, and if one did not know any better, one would not grasp what they mean. In the murals that have been painted on the lower level of the Denver airport, there is a vision of a world on fire, children crying and children lying dead in coffins, animals slowly dying and some on fire. Why, and what does it mean? Why are there Masonic statutes, suggesting that if you know what the statute is saying, you will know what it all means and can save yourself? Read this book and grasp what is written, and you will save yourself. It has been said that the HARP project can control the weather and that it heats up our atmosphere and can affect our minds. I feel its purpose is far larger than just controlling the weather or our minds. I mistakenly thought it was dreams I was having. I now know I was astral projecting out of my body and witnessed several spaceships. These ships seemed to be friendly. It seemed as though they were gliding with ease, as if they were patrolling the atmosphere of space. I had no fear and thought it was one of the coolest things I had ever seen. The one that caught my attention was solid white with one wide red stripe and one wide blue stripe. The shape was in the form of a T, but tube-like and rounded at all three ends. It reminded me of our patriotic colors of freedom. There was another ship cruising parallel to that ship. It had many levels of round discs connected by huge bars, more like a galactic